Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the file management system in operating system. So first we must know about the file. A file is basically a collection of related information that is stored on a storage device, that is hard disk, secondary storage device, or it can be on magnetic disks, it can be on optical disk, that is used to store the data permanently. So it is a sequence of bits, bytes, lines, or records whose meaning is defined by the file's owner, the user who has created that file. So let's proceed with the structure of the file. A file structure should be according to a required format that the operating system can understand. जो operating system को समझ में आए, that structure of the file should be there in the system. So a file has a certain defined structure according to its type. A text file is a sequence of characters organized into lines. A source file is a sequence of procedures and functions. An object file is a sequence of bytes organized into blocks that are understandable by the machine or the system. When operating system defines different file structures, it also contains the code to support these file structures. Unix and MS-DOS support minimum number of file structures. So let's discuss about the file types. File type actually refers to the ability of the operating system to differentiate the different type of files such as text file, source file, binary file, etc. Many operating systems support many types of files. Operating systems like MS-DOS and Unix have the following types of files. The first one is the ordinary file. These are the files that contain users' information. These may have text, databases, or executable programs that are created by the user. The user can apply various operations on such files like add, modify, delete, or even can delete the file entirely from the system if required. Then comes directory files. These are the files that contain the list of names and other information related to these files. That means these are kind of files which hold the other files related to a particular kind or type. Then comes special files. These are the files also known as device files, which hold the information about the different devices that are connected to the system. These files represent physical devices like disks, terminals, printers, networks, tape drives, hard disks, floppy disks, CD-ROMs, etc. etc. These files are of two types: character special files. In character special files, data is handled character by character, as in case of terminals or printers. Second one is block special files. In block special files, data is handled in form of blocks, as in case of secondary storage devices like disks, tapes, etc. Then comes file access mechanisms. File access mechanisms actually refers to the way in which the records of a particular file are being accessed by the user. There are several ways to access the files. These are sequential access, direct or random access, indexed sequential access. Sequential access, first we discuss about. A sequential access is that in which the records are accessed in some particular sequence or order that is followed during access of the records from the file. That is, the information in the file is processed in the order one record after the other. This access method is the most primitive one. This is the simplest method. For example, compilers usually access files in the sequential access order. And second mechanism is direct or random access. Random access files organization provide accessing the records directly without following a particular order or sequence. In this, each record has its own address on the file. With the help of that address, the file can directly be accessed either for reading or for writing. The records need to not be in any sequence within the file, and they need not be in adjacent locations in the storage space that is used to store that particular file. That means the records of a file in the storage can be stored at any location of the storage device. It is not required that it must be stored in a sequential or ordered way. Next comes indexed sequential access. This is the enhanced or extended mechanism of the sequential access that we have discussed earlier. In this, an index is created for each file which contains pointers to various memory blocks where the actual files are stored. Just like our books, there is an index through which we can access any topic with its page number. Same as the concept here, where we prepare an index of every file, and through that index we can access any file because that index has the address locations of the files where the particular file is stored. Then we this is all about access methods. Then we are discussing about space allocation methods. For allocation, we talk about that the system which allocates the memory addresses to each and every file for its storage. The files are allocated disk spaces by operating system. Operating system deploy three main ways to allocate disk space to a particular file. These are contiguous allocation, linked allocation, and indexed allocation. So first we talk about contiguous allocation. In this, each file occupies a contiguous address space on the disk. That means the files are stored contiguously on the storage device, one after the another. Assigned disk address is in linear order. It is very easy to implement because we are following a simple sequential order to store the data files. In this, external fragmentation is a major issue with this type of allocation technique. As the files are stored in a sequential order, so external fragmentation in the storage may arise. To overcome this, there comes linked allocation method. In this method, each file carries a list of links to disk blocks. Directory contains a pointer to first block of a file. In this, we are using a directory structure that points to the first block of a particular file, and that first block will be pointing to the next block of the file, and that next block will be pointing to the second next block of the file, and so on. All the blocks of a particular file are linked to one another in linked allocation. In this, no external fragmentation is there as linked mechanism is being used, effectively used in sequential access file. If we are talking about access mechanisms, if sequential access mechanism is there, it can be effectively used. But if direct access method is used, so for that it is inefficient. For that, a new allocation method comes, that is indexed allocation method. Now this method provides solution to problems of contiguous and linked allocation. In this, an index block is created, and that block is having the pointers to all the files in the system. That means if a particular file has 5 blocks, then all the 5 blocks will be pointed through that index block, and each file has its own index block which stores the addresses of the disk space occupied by the file. Suppose a particular file is stored on the disk block 1, 2, 3, 10, 20 and 30. So the index block will be having the links to all the blocks that are acquired by the particular file. That is, if if we specifically talk about this file, then the index block will be having link to memory block 1, memory block 2, memory block 3, memory block 10, memory block 20 and memory block 30, because each file has its separate index block which is used to specifically point to the blocks of that file only in the memory space. In this, the directory contains the addresses of the index blocks of files. Each file is having its own index block, and all the index blocks will be linked to a directory structure. That directory will be having links of all the index blocks, and index blocks in will be having the links of all the memory blocks that are acquired by a particular file. So this is all about file management in operating system. Then comes disk structure, that we will be discussing in the next video.